What's up, guys? My name is Alex, and I am the CEO and label manager of Immersed Recordings. And today in this video, we're going to go over some questions that you guys have asked. We're going to answer questions ranging from the music industry as a whole and to Immersed Recordings specifically. So let's dive right into the AMA/FAQ. Alright, first question comes from Jacob, whom you may know as Solanka. The question is, when did you start Immersed, and why did you decide to focus on melodic and progressive house? Well, I think it starts all the way back from when I was in middle school. I was listening to a lot of electronic music, mixing it in with some indie rock and indie dance music. I was listening to stuff like Deadmau5. I bought on CD One Love by David Guetta, Kaleidoscope by Tiesto, and I was just intrigued at how well they were writing music while still having the same characteristic of a 4/4 kick on their tracks. So in 2015, I enrolled at the University of Rochester to study international relations with a minor in audio and music engineering. In the minor, I was learning mixing, mastering, sound design, video creation, and instrumental recording from an Emmy Award winner and a Grammy Award winner, so I was getting really good hands-on experience on how the process of creating a track and finishing it was happening. I wasn't really much of a person to want to do that, those actions and those tasks outside of the classroom, so I enrolled in some marketing classes, and then by the end of my degree, I had two skills: marketing and music science. And I said, why can't I just combine these two together? So I started a trance label back in 2018, promoting a couple of tracks, and then in 2019 I decided to rebrand that, and then Immersed Recordings was born. I started getting more friends in the melodic house scene. Specifically, Gambit was one of my close friends, and we decided to promote his music as the first release on Immersed Recordings, and then really the history of Immersed Recordings is pretty much history after that. This next question is a little technical. This one is from @BobbyFornback on Instagram. The question is, what aspects of an artist, social media, personality, music quality, etc. does an A&R look at when considering signing an artist? Let me answer this just only from the Immersed perspective because I don't know what other labels usually do. What we do is when we get a submission in our inbox, we go straight to the music. We're not focused on any social media or personality. We're mostly focused on the quality of the music that is being sent to us. I send it over to the two A&Rs, and then we just decide casually if we like it or not. If we just personally like that track. Then, if we like the track enough, but we feel that there are too many things that need to be fixed in the track, we're gonna send back a rejection. Even though we're small, we don't want to spend a whole lot of time teaching people how to really fix their track. We're not a production team. You can join our Patreon just for $3 a month and get 2 credits a month to get full text feedback from our A&Rs. If we feel that the track that we like and might consider signing only needs about 1 or 2 tweaks, we'll send back an email with that feedback and ask you to do that before we send over the contract and get your track ready for mastering. Other than that, if you have no social media presence, or your social media presence at the moment is not really up to par with what we would like to work with, we'll send you an email and try to work with you and build a plan for building a social media presence that is up to par. We're small enough that we have a little bit of time each week to work with you if we want to invest in you with your social media brands. And also we have, for every release, a release artwork package that will supplement the release, so you will be able to use that as part of your social media branding when the release comes out. So as for other labels, I bet you the ones that really are busy, I can't say this is for certain, but I bet you that if they find someone that has somewhat decent music but not very good social media branding, and you're using a lot of swear words and you're not presenting yourself in the most professional manner, they might reject your submission or not listen to it or even not reply to you due to that fact. So I would recommend that if you're looking to sign to a big label like Juno Beats, Armada, Pure Trance, that you just Maintain professionalism on social media and in demo submissions. This question gets asked a lot on social media, so I thought I would put this in as a kind of an FAQ question. How do I send demos to Immersed, and how do I structure demo submissions to Immersed? The demo email, which you should send to only, is demo@immersedrecordings.com. We do have a Label Radar submission portal, but I'm not a big fan of it, and I might close it because the submission portal is very convoluted. I rest assured that all of your demos are being listened to. If you have sent in a submission but you got no reply from us, we have listened, but your track probably either was in a wrong genre or completely different genre from what we're signing, or you're mixed down, or something about the track was just something that we don't have any words to describe in a reply email. Other than that, please do send it to demo@Immersed Recordings, and I would suggest using this template for your email. Hi, my name is blank, and I am from blank, and I've been producing for blank amount of years. I've released on blank labels. Please find below my demo for Immersed Recordings. That link should be a private SoundCloud link sent directly to us, and preferably with the statistics not allowed to be seen. And then you should say, sincerely, blank, your actual real first name / artist name, and then that should be it. I personally don't love emails that provide way too many personal details, like OMG, I am a super fan of Immersed. I know that you're a fan of Immersed because you have sent this submission to us. That submission automatically tells me that you like what we're doing, so you don't need to state the obvious and try to sucker up to us with fluffy information. So keep it simple, keep it straight, and demo@Immersed Recordings is the place to submit your demos. This next question comes from our label artist, FurCloud. He is asking, how do labels promote music? I'm going to answer this just solely from the Immersed Recordings perspective. Once we have mastered your track and got it ready for release and have a release date in mind, we're going to create the artwork package. This includes the art that goes on the release, on stores and streaming, the Facebook banner, the SoundCloud banner, the Instagram story video, and the Instagram post video. You can use that for your release date, or you don't have to use it at all. Then we're going to schedule 2 weeks beforehand our in-flight page to send out releases to DJs. This is our page where we send out privately releases for DJ submissions. So people like Noran Pure, Above and Beyond, Shane54, all downloading the releases from our in-flight portal, and we do this 2 weeks beforehand. If you're looking to promote your music but you don't want to spend that much money, then you should do this by scheduling individual emails to these DJs if you don't want to pay about $30 per release with in-flight. After that, then we're going to schedule some ads. We usually schedule one ad for a pre-save campaign on the Monday before the release, and then one that is 1.5 weeks long on the day of the release to get people to listen on Spotify. I'm not going to explain how to set up these ads. If you would like that information, you can sign up to our Patreon page, and I will be able to work with you one-on-one on your advertising needs. Then we set up on Submit Hub the release, so we could send that to Spotify curators, third-party curators. We need to do this to ensure that the release is getting out to a lot of people on Spotify, especially some of our big curatorial partners, because not every time Spotify editorial is going to put your release onto their playlists. So we have to make sure that it gets out to the right people and is generating a decent amount of streams every month, so that we can make money back on the release from what we have spent in mastering and promotional advertising. Other than that, other labels have different ways of promoting, such as playing releases from their big artists in festivals and events months before it's out, and promoting it in different ways, like doing Twitch live streams and stuff like that. We're going to get into that later in the year, maybe next year, but that is essentially how we promote music from start to finish. This last question comes from our mastering engineer, Chris Giuliano. He's asking, Can you talk about brand development and how you would suggest to build one? I'm going to answer this really briefly. First of all, you need to start making a lot of music in your DAW first before ever thinking about a brand. First, figure out what consistent sounds are coming out of your DAW, whatever you're making, and then combine those into a folder, and then that is your kind of brand. Make sure that it's something that you're willing to do over and over again and willing to promote under that kind of sound. Then I would create an artist brand, an artist alias, and I would suggest doing one that is true and unique to yourself. My stage name is Sasha Pentov. It's a kind of convoluted name, but I'm half Russian, so I wanted some name that sounded Russian but didn't sound Russian at the same time, and that rolled off the tongue really easily and was true and authentic to myself. Then I would suggest making some social media pages with your artist name at the top, and then @artist name. I would recommend having Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter as the minimum that you have as social media platforms. I know a lot of people don't like Facebook, but I highly recommend just at least having it there. If you don't want to interact with Facebook at all, you can use the Facebook Creator Studio to post all of your Facebook and Instagram posts, so you never have to interact with Facebook as a platform. Then I would recommend thinking about whether you want to be signed to a couple labels or if you want to just release solo. It's fine to do both, but I would recommend starting out solo, then releasing on labels, and then just continuously releasing on labels, because going back and forth is kind of confusing and can be confusing for some of your fans. And then I would suggest looking at some of the labels in your field of choice that is similar to your sound, and then sending them demos for their label consideration. Now, it doesn't end there. Do not rely on just the label to promote your music and build your brand. You need to run advertisements, just like the ones that I explained in the other section. You need to do that for every release and continuously do that even after the release. I highly recommend running ads for a Spotify playlist. We did this. If you would like more information about how to do that, you can sign up for our Patreon and I can teach you one-on-one how to do that. But you need to run ads, and this is the only way that you are going to effectively grow your brand on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and even Spotify. But you have to run ads, and if you're not doing that, then you're not putting enough effort into them. I understand that some people don't have the budget to do this, and that's okay. You can rely on the label to continuously promote you with their ad budget. But if you seriously want to push yourself in the music industry, you're gonna have to run ads and promote yourself and do that. Other than that, there's not much else I can say other than trying to just be as clean and consistent throughout all of your social media posts and the labels that you work with. Well, that's all the time that we have for today. If you'd like to ask more questions, do feel free on the comments down below. I'll answer a couple of the questions. Also, I'll try to answer some questions in Discord, discord.io/immersed, and I hope to see you for the future releases and many more AMA videos to come in the near future.